What we've done in Australia is we've taught the lesson to be concerned with everybody. No discrimination, no prejudice, no moralising, just getting people onto the treatment and getting them cured.
I think the fact that they've been given something by the Australian community, this incredible treatment, it's been given to them really, and that's a sign that they are part of our community. We respect them, we want them well, we wish them well.
We've treated, we believe, around 40,000 people in just over a year. And I think what is even more encouraging is not just the number of people that we've treated, but the fact that we've been able to reach very marginalised populations.
I was 14, I think, and I found out I picked up hepatitis C in 1990. So yeah, just after I was 13 years old.
I was very sick for a long time, but it was just part of the course, you know, when you're a long-term drug user and mental health problems and all rolled into one, it just grinds you down to nothing.
My little brother did die of hep C and liver failure, and that was my motivation to, like, I've heard about this treatment for quite some time, but never pursued it. And it took that to that significant loss in my life for me to pursue it.
In 2013, I was homeless. I was scavenging food. I was picking cigarette butts off the street, and I was lucky enough to get into a crisis centre run by St Vincent de Paul. I was in a terrible place. I was suicidal. I was absolutely desperate and hopeless. And I went down to my local NSP to pick up my usual syringes. And this really kind nurse from Kirkwood Road Centre was there offering fibre scans. And I was lucky enough to get on this new treatment. The difference in my life it helped kickstart a major change in my life. It's like night and day, really.
I was planning on getting treatment before I went to jail, and I don't know, when I got out, it was just like, it was the first thing I wanted to go and do. I just cleared it early this year, sorry, and just the difference is amazing, like the energy I got, and yeah, it's unreal.
God, when I saw you, I was probably 70 odd kilos, now I'm up to 90. Now I'm trying to actually lose weight, you know, yeah.
After completing the treatment, I went in to get breast screens, pap smears and all those other things. I'd had a hernia I've had for years, and I got that treated. I'm waking up at 8:30 in the morning now and not having to drag myself through the day. And I used to have to eat every few hours because I used to feel so sick through the day. And now I'm eating good, healthy food. I've got secure housing, I'm paying my bills, and I've done that for like four years now.
Like, I'm active, you know. I've got a young girlfriend. I don't, you know, she doesn't want to sit at home all day. Like, yeah.
Many people do come to our service with quite complicated lives, with quite long stories, with multiple competing priorities. But given the right resources and the right support, they're in fact very able to adhere to direct-acting antivirals, even if they do have ongoing drug use, even if they do have issues with homelessness or mental health. And it's about tailoring that approach to support the person individually and providing them with all the support to succeed, rather than making a predetermined judgment about whether somebody's going to be successful with their treatment or not.
You got to be sort of like realistic and keep up with your medications on a daily basis, take as prescribed around the usual time, and yeah, I'm so grateful for it, I really am. I honestly believe I've been blessed.
So we acknowledge that reinfection may happen.
And how I got reinfected, to be honest, I made the mistake of
just a spoon, a filter, I think, because I don't share needles or anything like that, yeah, so I felt shattered. I felt like I'd let the nurses down.
But I think it's important not to shame reinfection and to make people feel like they've failed personally.
From someone that did get reinfected, yeah, my advice would be to go and see your nurse again straight away, because there'll be no judge. They won't judge because they want it gone as much as anybody.
So we talk about how to identify it, and we also are very clear that if somebody is reinfected, look, we can reassess you, we can retreat you, that's not a problem. We'll work really hard to bring in your partners and your friends who you may be using with potentially.
Yeah, if you're hanging with like people every day and you're using with them every day, yeah, for sure, take them. Anyone you know has hepatitis C. Well, I do it. If I hear someone say they've got hepatitis C, I tell them about that program, even if I don't know them.
So we need to first look very closely at where the gaps are, where the treatment uptake has been poorer. For example, what's the treatment uptake amongst Indigenous Australians? How is that looking compared to the broader Australian population with hepatitis C? Are there gaps in rural and regional sort of settings? Are there gaps in some areas of metropolitan settings, etc.? So that will help us develop targeted sort of strategies to improve access to people. The first year was always going to be, in a sense, the easy year because we had these large sort of cohorts of people waiting for these new therapies. Year 2 and Year 3 and Year 4 were the years where we were going to have to really up the efforts, so to speak. But I'm pretty optimistic that we'll continue to head towards elimination.
With these drugs, we can see a Hep C-free Australia, and to see that eradicated in a very simple period of time is something we can all look forward to.